Hello guys and welcome to this video. Today I'm going to be sharing with you this beautiful Arabic dial. This is my first 3 o'clock case build for a Seiko mod. All the parts here are from Watch and Style and Strap Code, and of course we've got the star of the show is that SNKP21J1 Seiko 5 Arabic dial. So this came about, I actually wanted to do this mod for some time, and then Nihal here in Dubai got in touch with me at NamokiMODS Dubai on Instagram. He had essentially this watch. This is a brand new one, but he had a very similar model to this, the SNKP21J1, and he wanted to turn it into a dive watch. And that's exactly what we did. So we've kept the crown at 3 o'clock, as you can see. I've used the 3 o'clock crown case. We've kept the hour and minute hands, and pretty much everything else is different. So I'm going to go over what we did and what, how it's come out and how it's come together, quick review of the parts, and just give you a tour of the watch. So this one is available worldwide. It's not a discontinued model or anything like that. It's just a bit harder to get from outside the Middle East. So as you can see, I mentioned the 3 o'clock case already. These are all Watch and Style parts from the Philippines. Really good quality finishing, decent quality parts, like things like the crown has a really nice springy action. We've got a double dome sapphire with blue AR coating, quite prominent there. We've got a sapphire bezel insert. This is a sub style, of course. Now, one thing to note from Watch and Style, their no bevel edge crystal literally is no bevel edge. There's no gap whatsoever between the crystal and the insert, and their inserts are actually slightly thinner than most other inserts that I've come across from other shops as well. So you've got to be a bit careful when choosing parts for a build like this. We've also gone for a sandblasted finish chapter ring, which actually matches those numerals beautifully. It's almost like they were made to be together. So I was really pleased how that came out. I often use polished or brushed chapter rings like this one, but they can catch the light in a slightly different way. This has actually got the same strap code bracelet Batman mod I did a little while ago. But coming back to this one, yeah, I just love the reflections off the whole face of the watch, including that sapphire sub-style bezel insert. The hands further in, if we have a look, let's zoom in actually. So the hands are the standard Seiko 5 Arabic dial hands. They're quite large, sword style hands with some loom. I actually changed the second hand to an Skx Seconds Hand because I feel like on a dive watch, the second hand should be quite legible and should have loom on it. And the standard watch, if we take another look at this one, is a very dainty, very thin seconds hand, which though does look classy, doesn't have any loom. So I feel like, yeah, if you're going to build a dive watch, you should have some loom on your seconds hand. You should really also have some markers on the dial, which we made it, we left that part, made it quite clean, quite simple, but it does, I think, show off that dial beautifully. It's quite a glossy dial as well. Now, the case itself, really high quality case. It's got drilled lugs, which means getting the straps on and off is really straightforward and simple. Nice chunky crown guards around the crown. It isn't a sub style case, but I guess you could say that this is very reminiscent of that style with quite aggressive crown guards though. The bezel itself is a Skx bezel, a standard OEM Seiko bezel, and the movement inside, I'll come to that in a minute, but that is an NH36. So I'll get the hands moving and I'll show you what the upgraded functions are there as well. Really nice bezel action. I'm a sucker for a good bezel action, and this is no exception. Classic Skx 120 click, much better at bezel action than a lot of cheap watches, even more expensive watches too. So if you've never tried one, go to your dealer, Seiko dealer, and try one because they are truly fantastic. Now let me get this off the stand here and let's have a look at some other features. So off the stand we can have a look at the back of the watch and that NH36 movement upgrade. So it's a brand new NH36. So made by Seiko, doesn't have a Seiko logo on it though. And it has, of course, the spinning rotor there. I've actually used a Seiko 5 Sport case back. This one would be rated to 100 meters. The dial actually says 50 meters water resistant on it. In reality, I would guarantee this watch up to at least 100 meters, especially though it's got a screw down crown and so on. But there's really no way any modder can test the water resistance up above those kind of numbers. The key thing is though, the owner wanted to be able to see the movement, and why wouldn't you? I know it's not particularly decorated, or not decorated at all, but it's always nice to see the beating heart of your watch inside there. The crown, as I mentioned, is a screw down crown, and it's got a really nice pop out action. So these watch and style crowns tend to be quite low cost as well, as compared to DLW, NamokiMODS, a few other places I've seen. They're a reasonable price and they do seem to be very good quality. So another point for watch and style there. If we pull the crown, the balance stops and we can set the time more accurately. You can wind it in, of course, the open position, and you can change the day date setting. So you can have Arabic on this model, and that is standard across pretty much any watch in the Middle East, or in Dubai at least, or any Seikos I've seen. They always have the Arabic day or English version, and you wind it forwards to get the date setting as well. Nicely signed. I think it's just look at the drawer where this ends up when you screw it on, but it usually ends up on some sort of angle. And sorry, that's not screwed in properly. There you go. And still nice feature contrasting with the bezel and the dial color there. Again, that chapter ring really sinks the dial down, but also matches those numerals beautifully, I think. Really happy with how this one came out. The strap itself is strap code. Best strap I think you can buy for a SKX style watch. This really isn't an SKX anymore, but it has some of the features, like that double sort of pyramid design on the bezel itself. And this is reminiscent of the standard Jubilee that Seiko makes, but of course a much higher end version. Little features like a much better quality milled clasp, fold over clasp. I've kept the stickers on there for now. And we've got solid end links. This is the Miltat bracelet, which is essentially the same thing as the strap code. You can get a cheaper version if you're finding these are quite expensive in your country. Have a look at NamokiMODS. They do a Jubilee, which is just almost the same as this, in my opinion, and it costs a lot less. Now, yep, we used the 4R36, sorry, the Seiko 5 Sport case back, which would usually house the 4R36, same movement as this. So no issues there. Just a couple points. One of the reasons we went for a 3 o'clock crown was just to save messing around with day wheels and stuff like that, because the standard watch is also a 3 o'clock crown position. I'm glad we did though. It does have that sub vibe to it, but I think it's different enough to sort of set it apart. And also, as far as I know, there is no subs with an Arabic dial. So we've chosen well here. I'll show you a quick Loom shot, and we're almost at the end of my time with this watch as well, because I'll be giving it back to Nihal very shortly, and I'm sure he's gonna love it. So let's see the Loom shot and we'll close the video out. Now, as mentioned before, very little Loom on this watch actually. We've got that nice big pip at 12 o'clock on the bezel. We've got the counterbalance on the seconds hand and the hands. Everything is, of course, apart from the bezel, actually, the handset is OEM Seiko, so all the Loom there is really strong. This Loom on the bezel pip is very strong and well color matched as well, this nice green. I've just charged it up on a lamp here, so it doesn't last as long as it would from sunshine, but yeah, nice and legible. I think this one is definitely a special mod that I'm really pleased to have had a go at doing. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoy this watch. I certainly did enjoy making it, and Please let me know in the comments what you think. Please like this video, please subscribe, help me out, help me get to 1,000 subscribers soon, and I'll see you next time.